Hello and welcome to part 3 of the player profile series, where I actually return the tables on Sean and ask him about a few players.
Well, this is his 4th pick, actually. He always gets the numbers wrong at this point when we discuss things, which is interesting. Yeah, he's given me 3 duffers so far. I'm looking forward to his 4th player.
I don't think I'll be winning many memory competitions.
Well, that's okay. You don't need to. All you need to do is pick the players and remember where they are.
Name?
Yeah, forget all that. Don't worry. So he's going to pick me out a player. I've got to give my honest feedback on that player, where their ADP is. And he's basically turning the table. It's Al's chance to put me on the spot.
Yeah, we know how we're looking at a second-year player.
That's interesting.
He had a decent rookie season.
Yeah. He's
playing with a quarterback that's got a dodgy shoulder. He's had shoulder injury in the season.
So this sounds like a Cam Newton wide receiver.
So we're talking, he's got an ADP of 57.
Yeah.
DJ Moore. What are your thoughts on DJ Moore?
Oh, God. Yeah, I mean, look, 57, it's okay. I mean, as an ADP, that's probably about right. It's pretty strange. It's not too dissimilar to where he went last year in a lot of redraft leagues, strange enough, because he was
I think it's about 20 ahead.
But that's probably fair based on what he did last year. The issues really are quite simple for me on him. Like the player, respect the talent, think there's definitely a player with quite an interesting ceiling. Not sure how far back Cam Newton is with this shoulder injury. That worries me quite a lot, actually.
I mean, he has started throwing, I think.
But I do like the player, and he is at the point of his ADP where I'm quietly okay. It's kind of okay for me. It's just...
Let me just put it
there
into
are
perspective.
Other wide receivers I kind of like slightly after that I feel are better for me.
Well,
that's how I feel about
let's just talk through the players.
Yeah.
So if you need a wide receiver in this round, so you've got Allen Robinson going the one after.
Yeah, I won't touch Allen Robinson.
Calvin Ridley.
I love Calvin Ridley for this year, so I would prefer him.
Mike Williams.
Love Mike Williams, prefer him.
And, Tyler Boyd.
And I prefer him. And the reasons I prefer...
You don't like DJ Moore that much, then, do you?
I prefer them for lots of reasons. Tyler Boyd is going to be playing opposite AJ Green. AJ Green is back. As much as I have reservations over AJ Green's injury history, you can't mitigate elite talent. When he plays, he's elite. That's the difference every time he plays. And when Boyd plays with Green, he's also pretty good. So I like Boyd. I like Mike Williams for all the reasons we previously discussed. And obviously Calvin Ridley I love for this season. So those players are, for me, at their ADP, I'm quite comfortable. If they keep climbing, though, that's a different matter entirely.
Well,
and
more
for me should be a round or two lower. If
Robbie
I'm
Anderson, would you take him before DJ Moore?
Yeah, I would actually, because I think
Jarvis Landry.
Yeah, I think I would, because I think Jarvis Landry is going to always be solid numbers,
especially in PPR leagues,
and always give you solid numbers. And I'm more comfortable with a player that keeps doing the same. I mean, like, he's not exciting. The ceiling isn't particularly high over his numbers or anything like that, but he's just consistent. And sometimes consistency in the 4th or 5th round of a league is what gets it done.
I guess the next player is Corey Davis.
Really great. And at that point, it'd be the only time I say I take Moore over Corey Davis. Even I'd take Moore over Corey Davis.
Well, that, by definition, says you're not a fan of DJ Moore for this year.
Not really. I mean, he's okay.
We had the same thing with Andrew Luck, whereas
he's okay.
He's going to start throwing, and then he missed a whole year. Is it a worry that with Cam? Or?
Yeah, it is. I mean,
it doesn't seem as bad with Cam, but there's a chance.
Well, it's a cuff injury. It's a cuff in the shoulder injury.
It's a rotator cuff.
Yeah, it's a rotator cuff injury, and the thing with that, it definitely affects the throwing motion. And the problem with this is it will be early doors where the rust sticks in. And we had that with Andrew Luck a little bit at the beginning. He came really on very well and clearly was all the way back by the end of the season. Finished a top 5 quarterback, Andrew Luck. Cam Newton's a long way removed from his top finish. So a long way removed. There's a lot of reasons for that. I also think I'm really quite concerned.
What are the reasons though? Why? Because he dominated fantasy that year, didn't he?
He had some very decent wide receivers who were also beast-like at that time period, and I think they've long gone, and we've now got underneath stuff. I mean, you see that with Christian McCaffrey. There's a lot of underneath throws. That's because of the shoulder injury. So there's some concerns for me, and I would say DJ Moore at that price range, it's okay. I mean, like, it's not a terrible pick. It's just that you're still paying a high premium for a player that I don't see. You know what I mean? I don't see the ceiling. Like if I look at some of those players like Calvin Ridley, Mike Williams, those kind of guys, I think, could they do more than their picking point? I believe they can. Yeah, I look at them and go, yeah, I want them on my team because they could do more than you think. And if anything happens to the guy above them, they're stratospheric. They'll go through the roof. So they're definitely.
But that's not the case with DJ Moore.
But with DJ Moore, if anything happens to anybody who's above him, I mean,
you got Curtis Samuel with him?
You know,
would Curtis Samuel have any role there?
Muddies the water, if anything. I mean, no, I just think it's hard for these wide receivers, particularly with this kind of rotor cuff injury. I'm not seeing it, and also you've got to be, I mean, a little bit careful with Cam. A lot of his points have often come because he threw for 3,000 yards and nearly 1,000 rushing, all this kind of stuff. Those days are disappearing. And
he had double-figure rushing touchdowns, well, didn't he?
Yeah, it takes away a lot from the red zone targets to players, and I'm just no. I mean, he's okay, and don't get me wrong. It's like you'd go, yeah, that's all right. It's a nice pick, and that's often a bad sign actually when somebody says. I mean, that's another thing I'm probably terrible at is when somebody says, oh, that's a nice pick, but doesn't back it up with anything like saying I would have picked him. You're kind of saying, thank God you took him because I didn't want him.
I was talking to Sam in the draft, and he was trying to trade me DJ Moore actually.
Right.
And he said at the time, I said that's a nice pick, and I was thinking. So he said, I thought you might want him. I said it's a nice pick, so I don't. So he's a player I didn't want.
I don't think he's okay, and that's the issue. It's not. There's no red flags on him. There's a really decent player in there, I think, for the future, definitely.
Yeah, but not this year.
But just not this year for
at
me,
that
and not at that price. No, I need him to fall a few more rounds, 2 or 3 rounds. If he fell there, great. I'd take a shot at him.
I mean, he strikes me as being okay. Do I think he's a superstar? No, I don't.
This is data from last year, really, as well. This is like the last Kittle video. This is you're kind of going on last year's data, and then they're adding bits on, saying, "Oh, he could be a breakout candidate." I think we have to pump the brakes a bit on that one.
But it is a second-year player, so you can see why they could say that. And why
I can see that, but I can't see much more. Sorry, pardon the pun, but I can't see much more for him to do. I'm just not having it. So no, he's okay, but
no more for you.
No more, no less. I'm not going anywhere near him. I think he's solid, but it's very unexciting. I can't see where I'm gaining anything there. Those first 3 picks have got to be, or 4 picks have got to be a little bit more absolute solid. I mean, because he could be your wide receiver too, and can I absolutely vouch for the fact he's going to get me 8.5 fantasy points in standard every week? 85 yards or a touchdown and some yards. I don't see that. So no.
You don't trust that yet?
No, not yet. That's not for me.
Okay, DJ Moore.
Another no. I haven't got anybody yes yet. It's worrying.
Well, that's why I picked these people.
Thanks.
Well,
what do you think? There's going to be some lovers out there.
I'm trying to identify potential banana skins for people in the draft, people to avoid, and I think there are better options around this.
There'll be some lovers of him. Definitely, people that will really see the upside in this player, and I understand that, but I just think the value. Would you agree the value's too high? Do you think it's fair value? What do you think?
Well, not just him. You've got to worry about Cam and his shoulder as well. That's a double.
Well, Christian McCaffrey as well. I mean, he proved he can take the underneath stuff, and that's what a lot of second year, third year wide receivers have to, thrive on. You want your quarterback to give you that. Listen, boss, I've got this guy. Throw it into me. I've got him. But he's not doing that, Cam. If you look at the evidence of the tape and look at what's going on.
Well, I think that's just the direction the team went. They're very McCaffrey heavy, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Hence
and I see more of that, which is the problem.
Exactly. Yeah.
More of that.
I mean, that was a definite team change.
The wide receivers were literally pawns in a different kind of game. They were asked to draw players down the field, doing a lot of donkey work.
The blocking.
A lot of donkey work. And that's fine. And that's what a team has to do, but it's going to be tough. I don't see any upside for him.
If you're picking anyone on that team, McCaffrey would be the guy.
Yeah, he's clearly in them. That's why he's in the top 4 of the running backs. He's got everything you want in every format, and 99% of the snaps he was on. I mean, durability amazing. I mean, what he's proved is epic. There's no 2 ways about it. You've got to carry on going with that.
Well, there you go. Thumbs up for McCaffrey. Thumbs down for Moore.
Can't give you any more. That's the truth. So he's at his highest point, and again, this might be a player I cash in if I'm in Dynasty.
Okay, well, thanks very much for watching. Well, let us know what you think. I mean, we'll always reply to comments, and we like to, if there is a good point to be made on him, we'd like to hear it. So
yeah, maybe you can sell him on us. We'd love to hear that. If there's more that we're missing, or there's some hidden statistic that you think is important, then please share it.
Okay, thanks very much for watching.
Take care.